You spend roughly 25 years of your life unconscious, paralyzed, and completely vulnerable. It is the most dangerous thing you do every single day, yet if you stop, you die. We call it sleep, but what is actually happening behind your eyes while the world goes dark? For centuries, humans thought sleep was a passive state. They believed the brain simply shut down like a computer at the end of the workday. In 1924, a German psychiatrist named Hans Berger changed everything. By using the first electroencephalogram, or EEG, he proved the brain never actually turns off. Instead, it shifts into a high-octane maintenance mode. When your head hits the pillow, you enter stage 1. This is the transition phase. Your heart rate slows, your muscles begin to relax. If you twitch suddenly, that is called a hypnic jerk, a byproduct of your brain misinterpreting your muscles relaxing as you falling. After a few minutes, you drift into stage 2. This is where the magic of memory consolidation begins. Your brain produces rapid, rhythmic bursts of activity called sleep spindles. Think of these as little data transfer packets. Your brain takes the jumbled experiences of your day and pushes them from your short-term memory, stored in the hippocampus, to your long-term storage, the cortex. If you skip this stage, you lose the ability to learn. A study from the University of California, Berkeley, showed that sleep-deprived individuals have a 40% deficit in their ability to form new memories compared to those who got 8 hours of rest. Then comes deep sleep, or stage 3. This is the heavy lifting. In 2013, researchers at the University of Rochester discovered the glymphatic system. Imagine your brain as a crowded office building. Throughout the day, metabolic trash like beta amyloid proteins piles up in the hallways. These proteins are sticky. Left alone, they cluster and form the plaques associated with Alzheimer's disease. During deep sleep, your brain cells literally shrink by 60%. This opens up massive gaps between the neurons. Your cerebrospinal fluid then rushes in like a high-pressure fire hose, flushing the toxins out into your bloodstream to be filtered away by your kidneys. You are literally washing your brain while you sleep. Finally, you hit REM, or rapid eye movement sleep. This is where the brain becomes as active as it is while you are wide awake. Your heart rate spikes, your breathing becomes irregular. Your eyes dart behind your eyelids as if you are watching a movie. This is the psychological laboratory of your mind. In REM, your brain strips the raw emotion away from your memories. It takes a traumatic or stressful event from your day and plays it back in a safe, offline environment. It creates a narrative out of chaos. This is why things that feel catastrophic at night often feel manageable by morning. You are undergoing overnight therapy. But this isn't just about feeling better, it's about survival. In 1983, scientist Alan Rechtschaffen performed a brutal experiment on rats. He kept them awake using a rotating disc over water. If they fell asleep, they would fall into the water and be forced to wake up. The rats stopped grooming themselves. They developed sores. Their metabolism skyrocketed, yet they lost massive amounts of weight. Within weeks, every single rat died. They didn't die from stress. They died because their internal systems simply unraveled. You might think you can hack your way around this. You might think caffeine is a substitute for REM. It isn't. Caffeine doesn't provide energy. It simply blocks the adenosine receptors in your brain. Adenosine is the chemical that builds up throughout the day to signal sleep pressure. Caffeine just puts a blindfold on your brain, so it can't see how tired it actually is. Once that blindfold wears off, the crash is inevitable. Beyond the biology, sleep is an evolutionary paradox. It is the perfect time for a predator to kill you. You are unaware of your surroundings. Your reaction time is zero. Yet, evolution didn't select against it. It doubled down. Every animal studied, from the fruit fly to the blue whale, requires some form of sleep. That means sleep must provide a benefit so significant that it outweighs the constant threat of being eaten. So, why do we dream? Why does the brain create these elaborate, often bizarre hallucinations? Current neuroscience suggests dreaming is a byproduct of the brain testing its own circuitry. It's like a pilot running a flight simulator. The brain generates random neural noise, and your consciousness tries to make sense of the signals by weaving them into a story. It's your internal AI training on the data of your life. As you cycle through these stages 4 to 5 times a night, your brain is doing the work that keeps you human. It is scrubbing the neurotoxins, archiving the knowledge, and recalibrating your emotional regulation. When you wake up, you aren't just energized. You are a physically updated version of yourself. Your brain has been repaired, scrubbed, and re-indexed. But what if we are actually just training for something else? What if this third of our lives isn't just about maintenance, but about integration? We spend our entire waking lives interacting with the external world, but we spend our nights interacting with the only thing we truly own, our own minds. If you could see what your brain was doing last night, you wouldn't call it sleep. You would call it a masterpiece of architecture, constantly tearing itself down and rebuilding it from the inside out. Tonight, when you close your eyes and feel yourself slipping away, don't fear the void. You aren't disappearing. You are just beginning the most important work of your day. The question isn't why we sleep. The question is, how much of yourself are you losing by refusing to listen to the machine that keeps you alive?